Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games, back with another cool arcade game video for you this evening. Check this out. You may have saw that we have been working on this Atari Tempest arcade game. Well, we finally got it up and running, and we figured we'd film a video showing it off and then playing it. Now, I am not a great player, so if somebody shows up that knows how to play it before I finish the video, I will happily turn it over to them, but if not, it's just going to be me. So if you see this video, try to hurry down here. You've got about 10 minutes. This game belongs to our buddy Adam down at the beach in Myrtle Beach. I specifically call him Adam down at the beach now. He runs Player's Choice Video Games in the Myrtle Beach Mall. And he has all kinds of cool arcade games. And so he is having trouble with the monitor on this thing, so he sent it up here to us, and we got it going. Now, if you want to see how we did that, we filmed 2 videos of it already that we put up earlier this week. Where have you been? Where have you been, and what have you been doing? Why have you not been watching our videos? So this is the original cabinet. The screen there is telling me 1980. If I'm reading my Roman numerals right. MCM, that's 19. L is 50, and XXX is 10. 1980, so that's the copyright date on it at least. This thing has been modified a little bit, so I'm going to show you all about it. What do you think about that? This is the original side art. Still on the game after all this time. He's put wheels underneath it to make it easier to roll to the back when it breaks. Boy, Atari really did some cool stuff back then, didn't they? What the hell is that? Look at this one. Look, there's another one. That's why I don't play these at night. So that must be all the creatures that we're fighting. It's funny, none of them look like that in the game. I have to figure that out. And it had this really weird shaped cabinet. This is the only game that had this cabinet. So if you see a game that has been turned into something else and this side art has been painted over, if it's got that wedge look, you can be sure you're looking at a Tempest originally. Of course, this side is the same. But that is the original side art. Let's check out the control panel. I believe this is the original control panel overlay too. I don't think it's been replaced. Graphics, computer program, and audio-visual work. Copyright 1981 Atari. So I guess the ROMs are just 1980. And it has nice blues and purples and oranges and pinks on the artwork. Very nice. Here, I'll show you a close-up. And it has this slightly textured finish. There you go. You've seen it all now. So that's an original overlay. And it denotes 1 player, 2 player, fire, a super zapper, and then a spinner. It says instructions. Insert coin. Push 1 or 2 player select. Pick the difficulty of your starting surface with the rotary control, then push fire to start game. Win bonus points if you survive the chosen surface. To play, shoot the approaching enemy and enemy charges. Players lose a life when they are caught by an enemy, hit by a charge, or skewered by a spike. It happens. Hints. Hold the fire button down for continuous fire. Damn, I didn't know that. Use the super zapper to zap all enemies on the tube. You get 1 super zap per tube. Avoid spikes when you zoom down the tube. That's weird that they call it a tube, but up here they call it the surface. Starting surface. Kill enemy at top by shooting enemy as it flips. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that whenever we were testing it on the last one. So when it's up in the air, you can shoot it. Kill enemy at top by. Okay. Firing into long enemy spikes for best machine gun effect, which will kill enemies flipping towards you. Oh, okay. So yeah, they're saying you're basically making a wall of fire, so the stuff flips into it. Kill pulsar by shooting at it when it is not pulsing. Pulsing lines kill. What? It gets harder? Kill fuse ball by shooting it as it crosses between lines. Touching a fuse ball is fatal. Isn't everything in this game? This is one of those early 80s games, folks, that's hard as hell. I mean, all of them were really, but this one is no exception. Scoring fuse ball is a little crackly looking thing. You get 250, 500, or 750 points. It zips up and down the line. Yep. Pulsars are the jagged looking things. 200 points. Pulsates adjacent lines. Very dangerous. Okay? Very dangerous, people. Flippers, 150 points. Tankers, 100 points. It splits into two flippers when hit. Look how they split up the word flippers, just for the hell of it. Right? Now, nobody would ever do that in design, but they did it anyway. They said, screw it. Let's split the word flippers so it fits in a nice, pretty line. Spiker, 50 points. Builds green spikes, which the player must shoot away or get skewered by them. And then one of the other little mods that he did was at the top here, he put a color-changing LED rope behind the marquee to change the colors. Boy, it looks pretty good, really. I'm usually not into that kind of stuff, but it's pretty nice. Looks pretty decent. So that's not original. There's also a little metal bar that goes on here to hold this in that he's got, I guess, down at his shop. So we didn't have that. But you won't know that when we're playing it. How would you possibly know? So there it is. This thing has a Wells Gardner Vector color 6100 monitor in it. Did I say Wells Gardner? Wells Gardner. Wells Gardner. Like you're digging up bones. Something I was noticing about it too is if you look when they zoom in, see how the top of the screen is only right there? So there's this extra spot at the top. They purposefully made the game screen a little bit smaller than the tube so that they could do stuff like it just did, where it gets bigger. They made it like that so see the screen is only this size, but watch when they zoom down, it'll get bigger. So just little design tricks like that back in the day made it all that much better. Now it is hard to film an actual vector monitor. If you don't know the difference, a raster monitor scans the image in, a vector monitor draws the image in. So it specifically draws lines here and there. A raster monitor could make this same image, but it would have to scan. It would actually do it this way because the screen's in there sideways, but it scans the entire screen in. And then the next time it scans it in and everything's in a different place. And the next time it scans in and everything's in a different place. And that's how TVs worked, CRT TVs worked. But a vector monitor, it doesn't do that. If there's nothing up here in the top corner, the beam never goes over there. It just draws in whatever it's supposed to on the screen using vector coordinates. So it's a completely different look, a completely different vibe. The monitors look completely different. And even if you watch it on this video, you will not have a good vibe of what they're like. You need to go find one to play somewhere if you get a chance. Some of the early arcade games had vector monitors that were black and white, so like Asteroids, Lunar Lander, stuff like that, Solar Quest, and then they came up with this idea to make a color one. So you get games like this that are very colorful and were really fun, and they're kind of some of the most well-remembered games that were released back then. But the graphics had to be simple because it was just drawing lines everywhere. If you compare this to something like Donkey Kong, where it has a sprite that moves around, it looks completely different. And then later on, whenever you got something like Double Dragon, where you had a little bit more complex background going on, you couldn't do any of that on a vector monitor. It had to be a raster monitor. And there were games before the vector monitors that were raster monitors. So there were things like Atari's Football that was on a raster monitor. Pong was on a raster, like a TV actually. And of course, TVs had been around for a long time by this point and were all raster. Well, I guess the one I had was raster. Maybe they had a different way of doing it at some point, but all right, so I'm going to set up the tripod, but it's not going to look perfect. You're going to see some rippling and stuff in the screen. It's just, it's really hard to film a vector. I'm looking at it here right now, and everything is solid. I don't see anything moving. It's, you get just a little teeny bit of a jiggle like that, how my hand's moving, where it's just barely shaking. And it just kind of gives it this like look where it's like electric, you know. But sometimes in the video, you'll see stuff rolling through it like a shutter closing. The reason it's doing that is because my camera is filming at 60 frames a second, and the monitor is refreshing the vectors at a different rate per second. So if they ever get anywhere near sync, what happens is the camera takes a picture at the exact millisecond that the screen's refreshing, and you see something roll through the screen. To your naked eye, though, you can't see it. It all looks solid. So we'll set up the tripod and play it a little bit. While we're at it, this is what the back looks like. This particular one has a boo-boo. Of course, there's a door that goes on here. So if you didn't watch our other videos, down there in the bottom, at the very bottom is the power transformer brick. That's the rectifier regulator board. That is the game board. And this is the Wells Gardner 6100 color vector monitor. Very cool. So if you get one of these, it should look something like that. Okay, folks, I had to put you at an angle. That's the best way for you to see everything. Hopefully it's not doing that rolling thing through the screen. I think you're going to be alright. Look at that. Now, I am not super bad. I mean, super good at this. I mean, bad in the I'm bad way. I'm not very good at this, but we'll play it a little bit so you'll at least get a little feel of it. What do you think? I don't hear any crap from the Tempest experts. Look, I'm the #1 player in the world, apparently. And that's from the other day. It saved my score. I did so well that it saved my score as the greatest of all time. We're going to put some credits on it. And then we're going to play through it. Credits, 6. Bonus every 20,000. What do you think about that? Okay, we're going to start on novice first, and then I might play through some of the different ones just to give you a different vibe. When I die, I'll turn the sound up a little bit so you can hear it a little better. Oh, I forgot about the holding the button down. I'm going to try that. Oh, they got me. he got me. And then I got him. Oh, I went too far. Did I make it? I made it. Oh, didn't make it that time. Not bad though. Look, I beat my previous high score. I'm now the first, second, and third greatest person that's ever played this. I mean, even I didn't know I was that good. Okay, so what I'm going to attempt to do is turn up the sound. So, you hear me saying that. It's going to get louder. Watch your ears. Watch your ears. I want you to be able to hear the little clicks and stuff that it does. If I can reach it. I think I can. All right. So it's significantly louder. Be ready. Let's start at novice again. So when it says Super Zapper Recharge, can I stack them up or do you have to use it? Like, do I now have 2 of them? Do I now have 3? Let me try it. So there's 1. There's 2. Oh, I don't know how to time that. I know you're supposed to do it while they're moving, but I don't know how to tell if they're moving. Like, how do you know for sure that they're moving? So tough. I mean, I've had pretty good luck just spinning through them, but I'm trying to figure out how I can time it, you know. I think if I watch how they walk, they may skip. Let me think. They're just walking from point to point. So when they're up in the air, you can roll through them and shoot them. But if they, yeah, I don't know how that works. If they're like solid on the tube or whatever, you can't get them. I'm watching the red ones walk. Like, how can you tell if they're up in the air as far as or not down? Okay, let's try it again. We're gonna try novice again. I mean, I would go up, but folks, I'm not an expert. I'm a novice. I'm gonna let one get to the top and then watch him. Okay, watch him. Yeah, see, he's on every one. Usually you can just spin through them, but you know, not every time. I don't know, how do you tell? How do you time it just right so that they're up in the air? I guess you can just, I guess you can use the super zapper every time. Ooh, gotta watch those. I guess you can use the super zapper every time they get to the top. When I super zapped him, he was walking and it didn't hit him. Oh no! I was doing so good. That whenever it flashes, that was me getting an extra man though. Yep. It's a good thing too, because without that, we'd be done. Oh, I should have known they were going to get me. There was two of them coming up. All right, so we're going to go up to the harder level now. Just make sure it's not any different than the one that I got to normally. I guess if you're starting on that one, you're starting at a higher score and you have more men that you're starting with because you haven't been killed yet. So by the time I got to here, oh, you can go up even higher. That's how you can do it. You can wait till they get right next to you and then roll. Ooh, there's too many of them. Man, I got to get better at that. That's what's like. I can't get anywhere because of that. I guess if you're here and it's right here, as soon as it lands there, if you roll through it, you're good. That was interesting. Did you see that? Once they got to the top, I left the one alone, and then once I beat the other ones, the board ended. I didn't have to kill the one that was all the way to the top. So that's another strategy. You can just run from whichever ones get to the top. Like that one. So let's see if I can run. Nope, too many of them. And you notice the little bastards are riding those spikes up. If you let those spikes get long, they just ride them to the top. It's like they won another quarter or something. I can't believe they would cheat like that. All right, folks. Well, there you go. We played out all of our credits. That is Atari's Tempest arcade game. What do you think? Isn't that pretty cool? Fun game. Very creative. Nothing quite like it. And it's one of those games, too, that, you know, it only plays good with a spinner. You could play this on you know, at your house or whatever, but it's nothing like the original if you don't have a spinner on your system, and you don't, unless you've got a MAME machine or something. But then if you've got a MAME machine, you don't have a vector monitor. So it's one of those games that's really well liked by people because it can't really be reproduced on a home system very easily. The monitor just doesn't look the same, and the controls just aren't the same. Little simple program. It's probably like a 12 kilobyte program. I mean, you can play it on anything. But there you go. That is Atari's Tempest. It says 1930, but like 1980, but like we looked at earlier, it looks like it was 1981 when they got it all taken care of and done, ready to go. I guess I could have watched the attract mode for some tips and tricks. Tips and tricks. Alright, so there you go. So we appreciate everybody that's been hanging out with us. Give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it for you. If you didn't see the other two videos where we fixed it, go back and check those out. Now, like we said, we're just repairing these for some people, but if you want to see the games that we have available for sale, go check them out on our website. You can go to lionsarcade.com and see what we've got in. We've always got a whole bunch of stuff in. We don't usually have in high dollar super classics like this, though, so we won't have a Tempest anytime soon, probably, for sale. But you can go check out what we do have for sale. Lions Arcade. You can also come by and see us. We're in downtown Rock Hill, South Carolina. We're about 15 miles south of Charlotte, North Carolina. And we'd like to thank everybody that has been using all of our Amazon links. That's pretty cool, y'all. So we've been putting up a link to Amazon. If you don't know about it, you can sign up. We can sign up. We did sign up for an Amazon affiliates program, which means that we're basically advertising for Amazon. So we put up a little link. If you go to Amazon and buy anything, it doesn't have to be what we link to. It can just be anything. Amazon gives us a little royalty because we sent you there. So you could have went somewhere else. You could have went to Walmart.com or eBay.com. Don't tell Amazon I told you that. But since you went to Amazon and we sent you there, which that link proves, they give us a little royalty. So we appreciate everybody that's been doing that. We now have international links, and people have been hitting those up too. That was, I don't know if that was something that my camera was doing. If you just saw a box pop up on the screen, it wasn't really there. Maybe it was just catching it with the refresh rate or something. I don't know. Might have just been the camera. He's gonna get him. Nope, he made it. So we appreciate everybody that's been doing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go check that out if you feel like it. And make sure to check out our brother's channel. His channel is called My Brother Donnie, and it's all about my brother Donnie and all of his escapades. He texted me earlier a video, short little video, of him replacing the clutch in his truck. So he pulls the truck into this building. It doesn't even have electricity that we're working on down in our little country town that we're working on buildings in. He pulls it into one of these buildings, doesn't even have electricity or anything. Takes the clutch all the way out. It's falling apart, literally is falling apart. Puts a new one back in it. Gets back in the truck and drives off with the camera filming it. It's always something like that. So if you're interested in a guy that can fix about anything, go check out My Brother Donnie. I'm over there all the time with him too, but we don't do arcade games. It's just we do arcade games on this channel, and with Donnie we're working on buildings and cars and trucks and God knows what else. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that we've worked on, but we're kind of waiting until we're done to upload the videos. I don't like uploading videos when we're still in the middle of something, because like this Tempest that we're working on now, I uploaded the videos after we had already finished it. You know, I don't upload one of, okay, here's us working on the monitor, and then I don't finish it, so I wait, and 4 months later I film the one of us playing, and I do them all at one time, and whenever I finally get them all done, then I upload the videos back to back to back so that people don't have to wait and wonder whatever happened to the rest of the story. I like reading the book from the beginning to the end. What do you think about that? So thank you for everybody hanging out with us. Go check us out on our website. Go check out My Brother Donnie, and look at this. We got a friend here for you. Did you see all of these videos that we did? We did all those too. Go check those out. We uploaded those a couple weeks ago. This Atari Star Wars. Rebuilt the monitor on that for our buddy Adam too. So got two nice, fairly high-end color vector arcade games that we fixed for him. So hopefully he can get those back in operation. Very cool. So leave your comments down below, and thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We'll see you on the next video.